All right, Milwaukee Packout fans, you now can get tap and die sets inside smaller Packout boxes. And of course, these are going to be removable, so you could put them in your toolbox if you wanted to, but they're also color coded here, so you can see red, like they are with the wrenches, is going to be SAE. Black is going to be metric. And I have to say, by using these a little bit, I really like the way that Milwaukee put some quality in here, so you can move things in and out much easier than normal tap and die sets. And what I mean by better fitment is you have your die holder here, which also works to hold some of the taps, but these guys simply clip in and clip out. There's no set screw to tighten it in, and they hold in there quite well. There's two balls that kind of snap inside and hold everything in place. That works well. This dude snaps in here, and it's in there tight, and it works quite well. It's very comfortable to hang on to this, which is not always the case if you're using some of these, and maybe I'm just using lower quality items. Now you have multiple different sizes here from all the taps, but you have different square end drive sizes. So this is going to open up. We can pop this guy in, tighten it down, and it's very nice, positive. The knurling here is good. You can get your hands on it, no issue. If you notice, you can drop down in size significantly, and if you screw this guy all the way in, that's not going to fit. But inside here, one more layer down is the same square drive. So if you loosen this guy up, you shouldn't have to go too far. We can tighten this guy down. It's a little bit deeper inside, but there's a second square drive in there that holds all that. And even if we want to go into the smallest stuff that we have here, we can get right in there. Now we have to screw this back in, and we are set. That is going nowhere. I will say, we get into some of this, it really makes my eyes strain a little bit to see what is going on, but the writing on here is very, very clear. And hopefully that comes through on the camera. And that's one thing that Milwaukee has really tried to do in all of its stuff, is make the writing that's on this stuff very clear and easy to see for everyone. So as far as taking this stuff apart, putting it away, getting it out, all very nice and neat. This slides through. And again, this is one of those things to me that when I slide this in, they flop around side to side, which in some cases you want. You want a little more leverage, push it over. You want a little more of just ease, go through the center, either way. But this sticks. It's not just going to flop around. Now, can you make it move? Yes, no doubt. But I like the fact that it sticks and it works well. It's impressive to put your hands on it and feel it. You also have some feeler gauges here, so if you want to look at what thread size your bolt is, you can put these up. Those are the really fine ones, so you can look at something that's a little bit easier to see on the camera. Pretty sweet when you really look at everything that they are putting inside this box and allowing you to have access to inside your Packout system. Now the big question, does it work? And we will find out here. Everything looks and feels of good quality. Remember, obviously, if you're new to taps and dies, lubrication is always something that you're going to want to use. We have the proper size hole drilled here. Just get this guy started. And I really enjoy the comfort factor of this. You have something bigger and larger to hang on to. That to me is nice. Sometimes you get these that just don't feel that great. And when you have oily hands from working with some of this stuff, you get to a point where this gets covered in oil, and it actually is at this point in time right now. But something that we can look at is that this chrome that's here is going to be very easy to clean off. And I think that's kind of big. When you're putting some of this stuff away and you're dealing with something that is kind of not so great, you can easily just clean it up, put it back away. Happens the same with wrenches, and I like that idea that we have something similar to their combination wrench sets that as this gets oily, wipe it off, put it away. This, although we should clean that out, absolutely perfect. If we do another hole here, again, add our lubrication, makes it all work much better. I am a huge fan of this handle, and I'm really curious what you guys think on that, but at the same point, to me, this is just something that is very comfortable, very easy to use. I don't feel like this is covered in oil, although it is. And I like the fact that it comes right out quick. I can do things easy, move them around, get the taps in and out. I don't have that set screw on the side. Just pretty sweet, all in all. Get in there. Now we definitely should clean those out beforehand, but at the same point, it still works. This is a 1/4 by 20. I like that. Even with everything here, I can just undo it. The knurlings here, hands are covered in oil again, but it works. So when we look at these cases after cleaning things up, you got multiple things out. You can just slide across. The black is really easy to see in here, at least for me, if I just stack this guy on top. The red is not hard to read either. It might be from the camera's perspective, but it says 1/4 by 20 right there. This guy will snap into place. It is still kind of got some oil on it, which you would expect. I always try to clean some of this stuff up a little bit more because that oil tends to spread quickly. Now here's what I was talking about here. This is just chrome covered like you would expect, but it should clean up super easy and put itself in a place where it's just not gonna be nasty when you go pick it up the next time. I think that's pretty sweet. Getting this stuff in and out. This is a little tedious for me. My finger could use a little bit bigger hole to get in there. You can see there's a little bit of oil down in there from me working with this prior, but very nice. I like how all this stuff goes together, and the fact that with the PACKOUT case, we're gonna have a moisture resistant or water resistant case to put this stuff in, stack these guys up. We are in business. So whether you're taking this out, putting it in your toolbox, or you're gonna keep it inside the PACKOUT case and carry it around, I think this is a great way of going. You know, Milwaukee made this, so it's very easy to travel with and something that's not going to come apart. I think that's a big thing with organization. When you flip this stuff over, carry it however you're going to, this didn't move a thing. Now, if I were to flip it over right here, these guys would, all the dies would just gone. They're not really pushed in there, but inside the case, nothing's going to go anywhere. So I think that's pretty cool as to how it's put together. And I think for people who are traveling with the PACKOUT system, the fact that we can't get any water in here, you're not gonna have rusty stuff. Everything's easy to read. Pretty good stuff. Milwaukee came out with another way to get in your wallet, and I don't think that's a bad thing with this. Most people need this stuff around the shop, and if you don't have it, this is a great way to get into it. Beyond that, you can put this PACKOUT stuff on your wall, which tap and dies on your wall is another great place to have them. Plus you can put other things on top of it, stack it out a little bit. Pretty cool stuff. Let me know what you're thinking. Leave that in the comments. As always, we appreciate your time. Give us a like in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a great day.